Hello, I'm Tracy Diane. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. There is more. A couple of uh, weeks ago, I went to Kansas for the holiday. I had a holiday with my brother Steve. Um, my brother is into like motorcycles, and we went to a bikers bar for Thanksgiving. I guess they have it every year. I've been to it before. Met some of my brother's friends there. Um, then that weekend, I went to see my aunt and uncle. They're older. They're the only ones we have right now that's still around. Uh, like I said, they're older, and I noticed that some some changes um, where they have some a little bit, not much, but just a little. Um, but they're doing well. Uh, they have family there, like uh, cousins. If you ever go to Salina, Kansas, I recommend that you go to Blue Sky. Blue Sky is a uh, sports and sports bar, and the food is great. There's that pizza. They have. Uh, they make their own beer, and the food's always good. Um, the the crowd, there's always a crowd. Um, uh, I never seen it completely empty until unless they're just opening up, and as soon as they open the door, people come in, and it's always packed. um, I never heard anybody say anything bad about this place um, since it opened up. Can't remember how long ago now. It's been quite a while. Um, yeah, try Blue Sky. Um, and then the following week, my brother and we dragged my nephew, my brother's son, who's 17, to Western Kansas. That's where me and my brother and a sister originally came from. We lived in a place called Hayes, Kansas. I was about 6 when we moved there, and my brother's like uh, 4, and I have a sister who was like 12, I believe it was. Anyway, we visit our childhood home and the schools that we went to. Uh, I don't miss Hayes that much. Uh, I had I had a pretty tough childhood there. I don't miss it at all. Uh, but I made the most out of it. I had jobs. There are places I enjoyed going to, but I come to the conclusion now that I don't really need them as much as or I don't, I could, I could live without them and be okay. Um, but from Hayes, we went to another place called Downs, Kansas. It's in Osborne County. It's straight north of Russell, Kansas. That's Russell is where Bob Dole is from, the senator. And there, we, my brother and I were both born in that part of Kansas, and we lived there till I was about 6. Then we moved to Hayes. Uh, Downs is pretty much our family, uh, where we're my great grandparents settled and raised a bunch of kids, and we're part of that clan. Um, we basically went to visit the graves and put flowers on basically my parents' grave and my grandparents. But the whole cemetery is all our family. And of course, I'm into genealogy, so I know all the stories. I remember a lot of. I have a pretty good memory of life in Downs, and I would tell my brother what I remember, the stories I knew, and things. I told him everything that I could possibly could tell him. I think he was pretty impressed. Um, and from Downs, we went to another little town that's just east of Downs. It's called Cawker City. It's a very small town, but it's pretty close to Downs. And there is a the biggest ball of twine, and it is a tourist attraction, and it's something I think if that's something that you'd be interested in seeing, go for it. Uh, and there we went back home or back to his house in Kansas City. Uh, Going to a childhood home is I think it's a good experience. A couple of years ago, I moved from Kansas to Connecticut, and I haven't been back here since that move. And it's the first time I've been here a long time. And I was sure of, well, I know I'll eventually visit out here because I do have family out here. Um, One thing about going to your childhood home is uh, it's very good, especially if you lost your way, if you've uh, confused. I mean, if things didn't turn out the way you want to, you can always go back to uh, your childhood home if you can. If you can't, there's always a way to get back to your childhood. But for me, it's been an interesting experience. Um, I have no interest in going back to Hayes, but I'd be willing to go to Downs or Salina or Kansas City, but I will go back to Hayes. Uh, I'll probably tell you more about that in other uh, videos. Uh, One thing I felt when you go to these your class, or for me, I don't know if you have the same experience, going to my childhood home has brought me back grounded. Kansas is where I first took my first breath, my my whole life got started. My roots are here. Everything who I am started here in Kansas, and just see where I came from up to now, and to the point where I have moved myself away from Kansas. I could finally look at from the perspective is that my life has turned out so much better. I'm happier. I know where I'm going. I know what I want. And I have more support in Connecticut that I didn't have here at all. Um, uh, like I said, there's some things that I've always enjoyed. Uh, I'll probably tell you more about some of that in other videos, but there's some I could just now live without. I don't need it. I don't have to uh, have anything to do with it unless I come out here and kind of visit kind of thing. But that's fine. Um, but I don't have to have it. Uh, and I kind of mentioned that my family does matter to me, and I enjoy being out here for that reason. Um, and I also have a friend uh, that I reconnected once was here. Um, I was friends with her since grade school, and another girl got in between us, and we kind of drifted away, and it was partly my fault, and I regretted that going there, and I was wishing that I hadn't done it, and I had a chance to reconnect to this girl again, and I don't know if our friendship would be anything like it would have been if another person didn't get involved, but it's something. It's it's a good place to be, I think. Um, I enjoyed our talk, and we had a. I think we seemed to enjoy each other. Um, yeah, it's been good. Um, and today is Donny Osmond's birthday. He turns 65. I'm a Osmond fan since 1973. I was 8. He was like 16. Um, so yeah, hope he had a good birthday. And I'll talk to you again another time.